When we plan a journey, we often have multiple options on which way to go. All get us to there successfully, but some options are better than others. The fastest way may have a toll. Another might have a hazard to avoid. If we're happy to pay the toll or the hazard is tolerable, then these routes are acceptable. Or we may just take a different option and avoid both. So we set off. We know what the plan is, but along the way we may need to adjust. Some things may just slow us down. Some things might force us to adapt our plans. When we look at our systems and processes, our workforce is the most adaptable part, and that's a good thing. We need our workers to adjust as conditions change or problems arise. Maybe the time we need this adaptability the most is when we need the worker to use their skill and judgments for when there are gaps in the plan. Our plans and procedures are not perfect, and we rely upon the skills and experience of our workforce to adapt around them to complete the task. We create procedures and task plans that detail how we intend to conduct work. These documents can be shown as a black line. The black line is very straight. Each time the writer reviews their document, the task is executed in their mind, the same optimal way, with the same desired outcome every time. A blue line denotes how the task is actually performed. The blue line starts where the black line starts, and as the work progresses, it generally follows the black line. But it can move above or below the black line, depicting how the work progresses differently to how the writer imagined it would. There are times when we must not deviate from the black line. For example, a hold point to confirm the power source is disconnected. Risk is represented by a red line. Risk is not a constant. It ebbs and flows as the task progresses and conditions change. Where the risk increases and meets the blue line is where incidents occur. Safety can be defined as not the absence of incidents, but the presence of capacity. By capacity, we mean the controls in our risk assessments that keep the blue line and red line apart. There are also pressures, such as pressure to complete the task on time, gaps in the task plan, or controls not being as strong as we think. We need to be careful doing tasks that have to be done by the procedure. This could be for engineering reasons, such as torquing bolts. But sometimes it's because we know the risk is higher than we'd like, and so the blue line needs to be on the black line. You now understand that work as imagined in the procedure or task plan versus how work is done is not necessarily the same, and what keeps us safe are the controls we have in place. Sometimes we need good controls for when the blue line moves well below the black line, and sometimes we need stronger controls for when the red line presses upwards. The importance is making sure that the controls we think are there and are effective. This way we can make sure we have space for the unexpected.